There is a longing, only you can feel a raging tempest, only you can still. My soul is thirsting for you, oh my God. Lord, quench my thirst, Lord, feed my soul.
Good morning, viewers. We're at Louisville Girls High School at a wonderful event today at the 49th Annual National Conference of the Laity of Nigeria. And with me here is a wonderful woman, the provincial president of the Laity. And we want to have a section with her. And we'll ask you, Ma, please introduce yourself.
My name is Mary Kundayo, the provincial president of the Catholic Laity Council of Nigeria, Lagos Province.
Thank you, Ma. Today marks at this conference the 49th Annual National Conference. How do you view or do you rate the attendance today of the whole Laity Council of Nigeria here?
Thank you very much. In fact, the attendance has been amazing because almost all the dioceses and archdioceses in Nigeria are here present, and some organizations like CMO at the national level, CWO, Sion, Sacred Arts, they are all here.
The attendance good, but looking at the time we're having this conference, how do you see the participation of the laity in the church in Nigeria today?
Well, like our bishop said sometimes, that we are sleeping giants, but now with challenges around us, we are waking up to the challenges that we have in our country, especially as regards the 2023 general elections coming up. There has been a lot of sensitization all over, right to the grassroots, and that is why we have come up with a particular group, political group. We call them Catholic Social Forum. This is where we actually, the avenue, we actually mobilize all Catholic members to come out, vote and be voted for, participate actively in politics.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, in other words, there will be or there should be an interface between politics and religion. How will that play out, especially in embracing the theme of this conference, Who is My Neighbor?
Well, with the permission and the tutelage of fathers in the church, the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, we are trying as much as possible to make sure we work within the teachings of the church and come out to the social world. We want to come back to ourselves and ask, who is your neighbor? Anybody around you that you could help, that you can take care of, that you will be vigilant of what goes on around you. That's why we are having that theme, who is your neighbor.
Thank you so very much, ma. We pray the Lord continue to bless you, and we are happy. Also here with us is the national president of the Laity. Please, will you introduce yourself to our viewers?
Okay, I'm Honorable Sir Henry Yunkwap, KSJI, the national president of the Catholic Laity Council of Nigeria.
What would you say to Catholics out there watching us today?
Yes, I am delighted and my heart is gladdened that we have reached thus far. Today we are holding the 49th session of the Catholic Laity Council of Nigeria annual conference. 49 years is not a joke, and God's willing, by next year we will be celebrating the golden jubilee of the formation of Catholic Laity Council of Nigeria. I will employ my lay faithful all over Nigeria that we should be thankful to God and always remain faithful to the church hierarchy, and also to contribute our quota in the development of the church for the spread of the gospel.
The election is very close by. What would you have to say to the laity or the whole church members out there, especially in playing out their role as a laity and then in the interface between politics and religion? What do you think the role of the laity should be today, especially in the forthcoming election?
Yes, the laity, we are the salt of the earth and the light of the world. As we approach the 2023 general election, all lay faithful are enjoined to participate in politics, in business, and what have you, so that we can shape the society. Now, election is coming by the year. We advise our lay faithful to be conscious of the election that is coming, that we should be able to choose credible leaders that can be able to pilot the affairs of this country. We have suffered enough. Our churches have suffered enough. Our priests have suffered enough. Kidnapping, banditry, and what have you. So we need a leader that can pilot the affairs of this country without fear or favor, a credible leader, a competent leader, a leader that can take this country out of this quagmire.
Thank you so very much, sir. So from what he has said, our laity, you have been called to do the needful. When the time arises, would you do this? God bless you today.
Hold my hand, Lord, lest I fall.
Well, when we look at the number of people that are here, we will say that the whole laity are not here. And they are not all supposed to be here. It's supposed to be a representation of provinces. And so we will say that representatives of provinces are here. And they are here in their 49th national conference. We, the bishops of Lagos province, have the privilege of hosting them. And Ijebu-Ode has been chosen as a designated place for this. So I am happy that the laity have come out en masse within our diocese and other places into this conference, so that they can listen to a lot of talks. They can also evaluate themselves and plan forward. And the theme is well chosen. Who is my neighbor?
Talking about who is my neighbor, you also mentioned the interface between politics and religion. How will this help us to identify our neighbor and relate well with our neighbor, especially in our country, Nigeria, today, with all that is going on around?
The issue is that, given the biblical context of the parable, our neighbors can be found everywhere. Just as I said in my talk, in my keynote address, Jesus Christ did not contextualize neighborliness into the context of either family, my personal family, or my tribesmen, or people of my status. His definition of who a true neighbor is anyone who is in need. Right now in our country and all over the world, humanity is in need. Our society is in need. Nigeria needs security. Nigeria needs food security. We need education. We need to get out of poverty. And we need peace. And we cannot leave this business to government. Government has its role to play. Its fundamental role is to provide security, livelihood for the people. But we too must be part of this process, the church and the people. And that is why the lay faithful of the Catholic Church are here to understand, to discern their role in building a better Nigeria. And in this situation, we will define that our neighbor does not mean fellow Catholic, does not mean fellow Christian, does not mean only somebody in my constituency. It means the whole Nigerians. That is our neighbor. People who are in need. And there is nowhere you go in this country today, you will not find men and women, children and old or young people who are in need. And these are the people who want to bring the good news and want to bring succor, political succor too. The Catholic Church has given the mandate that every lay faithful must actively participate in politics. In the past, the Catholics want to be holier than thou. They don't want to get roughened by the murky water of the political landscape. And we have come to discover that the bad guys are taking it over. People who don't have care, they don't care about God, they don't care about religion, they just use religion. And so, right now, we are galvanizing our lay faithful to understand that their call to be salt of the earth and light of the world is not only done within their family or done within their parish concept. It must be done in the context of their workplace and in the society. And so if any of them is called to have the vocation to be a leader in the society, the church wants to encourage them. If they know that they have all it takes to lead and to give justice, equity, and good governance to the people, they should go into politics. And the church will bless them and will support them. And so right now, we are encouraging Catholics all over our country to participate in politics. If you cannot participate in active politics by being voted for, participate in politics by obtaining your PVC and going there on the day of election to vote for a leader that will save this country. A leader that has capacity, a leader that has compassion, a leader that can transform Nigeria from the situation it is now to a better situation that we all expect. This is not a time to be confused. This is not a time to take a back seat. This is not a time to be hopeless. This is a time to be hopeful. Come February is the time of election. The political juggernauts are already going around parading themselves as the best candidate. We need to listen to them. We need to engage them. And when we engage them, we know those who have the sincere intention of serving this country and of liberating this country from the situation she has found herself and lift it up. And so we need to evaluate, we need to get engaged. And part of the way of getting engaged is that we must find out what they have in their manifesto. We must be able to choose the right person, And we must be able to encourage ourselves to go and vote. There shouldn't be any voters' apathy on our part, because if we do not vote, then we lose opportunity of bringing a good leader into the position where things can be transformed and changed for better.